Welcome to the Living Centred podcast, a podcast all about learning together how to live lives which are centred on Jesus. Everyone lives centred on something. Our goal is to learn together how every area of our lives, everything about who we are and how we live, can be increasingly oriented around Jesus and transformed by Jesus. He invites us to a rich and satisfying life, where the good news that he truly is enough changes everything about how we relate to God, ourselves, and the world. In each episode, a different person shares about what it's looking like for them to seek to centre their life on Jesus right now. As we hear their stories, we get to learn together and to encourage one another in what it means for Jesus to be at the centre of our lives. This is a journey we are all invited to, and a conversation we all get to be a part of. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, my name's Adrian, and it is so good to welcome you to this week's episode of the Living Centred podcast. And it is my privilege to introduce today Shalini, who's going to be sharing with us this week. It is good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Well, to ease you in, as I do with everyone every week, I wonder if you could just start by telling us a little bit about yourself, like who you are, what your life looks like at this point in time.
Yeah, so I actually work in further education in the enrichment department.
Amazing.
My role is super student facing. So currently my biggest task is creating common room space where they can come and they can chill and on their breaks and lunches. I do see them a bit too often though when they should be in lesson. But a lot of my working life currently looks a lot like playing Uno, blackjack without gambling. Having a laugh with them because 16-year-olds are funny. A lot of 6-7 jokes. Yeah. And just getting to know them because they have so much to say and having that conversation, getting to know them, being their soundboard because they want to say so much and sometimes they just need someone to listen. And I'm really up for listening to them. So that is a real privilege to do that all. But it is hard. It's been a hard sort of going into 9 to 5, working in education.
It's a big jump.
Yeah, it's been challenging the last few months. However, it's really rewarding and I really enjoy it sometimes, most of the time. But prior to this, I went to uni and I studied music.
Okay.
Did vocals and songwriting. So I love music. I love creativity, whatever that looks like. And I love people. I love people a lot. And I love Jesus. So that's kind of who I am.
That's good. And you kind of get that vibe as you're talking of just this love for people, which just seems to come out in all that you're doing because you're surrounded by people.
Yeah.
It's just great to hear a bit about your background in terms of the passion for music, of singer-songwriting. All of that side is just really good. I guess then within that kind of window into what your life looks like at this point in time, the big question then to then jump into, what does living centered on Jesus look like for you right now?
Yeah, felt like a hard question to answer when I first got it.
Sure.
But the kind of headline for the season I'm in right now is to remember. And so living centered on him, I think looks a lot like remembering who he is, remembering what he's done and who I am in him.
Really good.
So last year I did a ministry year with CCF. It was called Relay. So worked with Christian unions in Birmingham to help equip them to do evangelism on campuses and stuff. So my everyday kind of was pointing to Jesus in lots of different ways. So the study I was doing, Bible studies I was creating, doing with students, just talking to people about how much I love Jesus.
Yeah.
That was all felt like it was at my fingertips a little bit and felt easy to be living centered on Jesus. But it's been a bit of a challenge going into education in a 9 to 5 because it doesn't feel like it's at my fingertips. But I think it is in other ways, in different ways. And I think in that change, I've grown to become a little forgetful. I think as humans, we're forgetful.
Yeah.
And I still think I am a little bit forgetful a lot of the time. But the thing I forget the quickest is who God is. And so kind of living centered on him right now is looking a lot like reminding myself constantly in the big moments of his faithfulness, which is obviously really hard sometimes. And so sometimes in that forgetfulness, I choose to forget and we choose to not remember, and then hopelessness sort of seeps in and can take over.
Yeah.
But if I really think about it, on like even the hardest days, God somehow sparkles in amongst it, and you can't deny it, even though it can be really hard, but he does. And so I think I do remember again, even just for a moment. So that's kind of, what my life is looking Jesus-centered like at the minute.
Oh, it's really good. I love it. I love just the honesty of just saying, yep, I can forget.
Yeah.
The adjustment, as you said, like that 9 to 5 adjustment is just suddenly, particularly when you've been in an environment where it feels like, oh yeah, all I get to do is just talk to people about Jesus. Oh yeah, it's kind of helpful then just to be able to just think, yep, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yep, Jesus is there. But then you're like, oh no, this isn't as in the forefront of everything I'm doing. And therefore I can be quick to forget.
Yeah.
And therefore I just need to remember.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's just simple, isn't it? But also really profound, and also takes effort to remember and say, yep, I need to remember who he is, like what he's done, who I am in him. I love it. Yeah. And just think, like for some of us, maybe it just gets complicated sometimes and we just need to get it back to that simple way of living of just saying, let's just remember.
Yeah.
Let's just remember. Oh, it's really good. I guess in it then, along with then remembering, like what else is helping you?
I'm trying to involve him in my everyday, in the big, the small, the mundane, the bad and the good, whatever it looks like, involving him in. So, for example, like when I have my first cup of coffee, involving him in that. When I'm walking to work, when I'm reading my books, when I'm talking to students, at least I know I'm involving him in those moments. And so, more practical things. It's starting my day off with him. You know, those first 2 hours of the morning are the quietest and most loveliest moments.
Wow.
And so I want to set a precedent that day belongs to him. And I won't lie, I don't always do it, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
What has also been helping is like doing a devotional alongside my Bible. And I have been actually using the 21 days of prayer and fasting, which has been really helpful to sort of catapult me into prayer as well. And so like for me, a kind of practical way in terms of prayer is I have sections. So work, me, family, friends, church. And that's really helpful to sort of pray about specific things. And I do it a few times a week and I write them down just so I can see, you know, where's God been moving? What can I pray more about? And that kind of thing. And then also just hanging out with others and praying with those around me, the people I love and trust and love hanging out with, and just doing life with them and being honest and sharing my heart with them so they can pray for me. And then like a little small thing that I do, I think it was last year I was with my friends and we went to TK Maxx, which I love TK Maxx.
I love TK Maxx.
So great.
It is indeed very
bargains. And I found a little jar, a little glass jar, and it was really beautiful. It had like flowers, beautiful colour flowers and a wooden jar on top of it. I was really trying to justify like buying it. I was like, I can put rice in it. I can put cotton pads in it. I can put whatever. And so my friends were like, yeah, go on, get it. If you're going to use it, it is going to be useful. I did buy it. I did not use it for rice or cotton pads. What I did have started to use it for is I really felt like in the season of remembering, I needed to write down things on different pieces of paper, who he is, what he's done for me, the things on Relay that I've seen. So I had to raise money to live, ministry living costs. And that was a very foreign thing for me. Just don't come from that kind of background and family. God was so good, like provided everything I needed, not just like money, but people, conversations, and just wow. Yeah. So I felt like I needed to write all these things down, and just also his names, who he is. He's Jehovah Jireh. He's Yahweh, you know, all these things, and just put it in this jar called the Little Jar of Joys. If I need a reminder, if I need to remember, you know, like quite a literal remember, like I just need to read it. I open the jar and I take one out and I have it and I can read it, and maybe it'll bring me a bit of joy that time that I need it. So that's just like a little thing that I do.
Oh, it's really good. I love it. I love, as you're sharing, of just that starting point of, what does it look like a moment? It's about remembering. And in it, then there's this intentionality of just saying, yep, that isn't just like a one-off moment, though your day starts with that kind of, God, this is about you today.
Yeah.
And that you have that then intentionality of like, I'm going to pray for these different groups of people. But then this invitation that, all through the day.
Yeah.
I just want to keep saying, God, would you be involved in these different moments? And I love then that bit of you realizing, and this isn't just something by myself. I've got to do it with others.
Yeah.
hanging out with others is just really good for me.
Yeah.
As I think definitely we're meant to do this in community. We're meant to follow Jesus together. And then that last thing of just, the jar of joys.
Yeah.
Don't we all need that at some point where there's just, I just need to remember not just the general, but the specific of how I've known this, God, of how I've known how good you are.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
Yes.
I guess then, like, if that's what's helping you, what are you then discovering about who God is as Father, Son, and Spirit at the moment?
So on my relay year, we did study. One of the first ones we did was the doctrine of Trinity, which is a big one.
Yeah, big.
What has really stuck with me since doing that was community of the Trinity, and how before we were created, God was in community, Father, Son, and Spirit, and they were enjoying it and they were loving it. He didn't need us to be part of it, but he loves us so much. He invited us in to experience the fullness of that. And I think, like, he's not just he's exempling community with him, obviously, enjoying that and experiencing that. But he's also exempling community with others as well, like us with others, in community with that. And so what I've discovered a lot recently in the last couple of years is that he doesn't want us to do life alone and in isolation. He literally encourages the opposite, being in community as the Trinity, and then inviting us in. He's literally saying, be with people, hang out with people, love on people, like how Jesus loved us.
Yeah.
And something that speaks into, and I think into this generation as well, is mental health is such a big thing. A lot of people around me, close people, have experienced and are experiencing it. And this just cuts through to that. Like, don't do it alone. Talk to the people around you. It's just wonderful. Like, God encouraging that. Like in the wilderness, in the solitude, he's saying, no, open yourself up. And there's so many people around you, and just like how I've exampled it for you. So that kind of thing.
It's so good. It's so good. What I love about it is like, this is what I'm discovering about who God is as Trinity. That's a community of love that we're invited into. But that isn't where it ends. It's actually then, when I look at the world around, I realize this is exactly what everyone needs.
Yes.
Both of knowing we're part of this family of God, but also we're family together.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just really good.
So good.
Which brings us sadly to a last question. Like, if you were to look back, like over the last 3, 6, 12 months, like how are you changing? How would Shalini 3, 6, 12 months ago look different to today?
That's a great question. Well, this is just a little kind of example. I actually went to Northern Ireland in July, and if you knew me when I was in school, so I'm taking it back a little bit longer than 6, 12 months, even before relay and before uni and all of that, I would not have been the type of person that you'd think would like travel alone or do those kinds of things. I was really nervous about life, and I'd struggled to enjoy things that I enjoy now. Even like one of my favorite things to do, particularly after work, is go to a coffee shop and read my book. I love it. I love also people watching as well. When I have a break from my reading. I love that now, but I would have found that really daunting, and even 2 or 3 years ago. But anyway, so I went to Northern Ireland, and I got up at 4 a.m. I travelled to the airport, as you do, alone. I got through security, which is always the nerve-wracking bit. And I was just waiting to get on the plane in the departure gate. And I was literally texting my dad saying, I can't believe that I'm doing this.
Wow.
And I've got the texts up here. I'll read them out. I was like, bag did fit, thank the Lord, so that's good. It did fit. Dad, I was made for traveling. I love this stuff. Haven't felt this anxious except at the beginning. Honestly, if I look at myself like 4 years ago and you said get a plane by myself, I'd be freaking out. But I feel so good. I'm on a new lease of life. I'm flying and I'm running. I've got such a bright future ahead. And he said, You got this, girl. I love it. And maybe you might be able to chalk it up to growing up and moving to uni and moving away from home. But I 100% chalk it up to Jesus and knowing him deeper and deeper. And, the more that we know him deeper, the more we want to know him more and more deeper, because he's infinite. There's so much there is to learn. And just being confident in my identity in him. And I chalk it up to him putting me in different places, different times, at the right time, wherever, with different people. And that's how I'm different. That's amazing. How I'm growing.
It's so good. So good. Yeah, I'm not going to add anything. I wanted that just to sit there for people to listen to. It's really good. Oh, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
I always get to this point and I make no apologies for it, but my heart's just full because I just hearing what God is doing in someone's life, in this moment, your life, and just how you can look back and say, yeah, I'm not who I was. And he hasn't finished, but I'm just enjoying the freedom, the joy, the love that I'm living in. Oh, it's just good news. It's so good. Out of the beauty and wonder of everything you've shared, I think, probably not surprisingly, the thing I'm going to kind of seek to do over the coming week is to remember.
Yeah.
Just take moments just to remember, like the wonder of who God is, what God's done, and who I am in him. I think that's going to be good. How about you, my listening friends? What are you going to consider, think about the beauty and wonder of all that Shalini has shared with us? Yeah, and then lastly, I just want to pray for each and every one of us. And I pray we would know more of the wonder of living centered on Jesus this coming week. Amen.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of the Living Centered podcast. New episodes are released every Monday, and if you enjoyed this episode, please do like and subscribe on your chosen podcast provider to receive them direct each week. Living Centered is produced by the team at Oasis Church in Birmingham, UK, and you can find out more and get in touch with the team via theoasischurch.com.